Welcome back. I'm John,
I'm Matt.
and this is Illiterate Book Club, and we are preparing for the Summer Slam of movies.
Yes, there's a lot of them actually.
Tons of movies coming out this year. And
Yeah.
what's great is they're not just like the big tent,
blockbusters.
big tent movies. They're like a lot of great smaller budget and lesser known.
They're not on my list. No, just kidding.
Right. Well, let's do this. So we
Yeah.
both have written the top 5. We don't know what we're going to say.
Right.
But so we're going to go down and so like our top 5 most
Right.
anticipated movies, the things that we're looking forward to seeing this summer, and just giving a mention. So I'll let you start us off.
Okay, so number 5, surprise is actually not a lot higher, but is Toy Story 4.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Because I love the first 3 Toy Stories, especially the last one.
Yeah.
But I'm just not exactly sure how they're going to pull this off. So I'm skeptical, but I have to put it on my
If it's
top
going to
5.
keep maintain the
Right,
high
right.
level and all that. Okay, I can see
so
that.
I'm at number 5 with Toy Story.
Number
Disney
5.
is going to show up a few times in this list.
Obviously, and for me, it's going to be completely opposite.
Okay.
So my number 5, farthest you can get, but it also does have to do with children's toys.
Okay. Oh,
Child's Play.
that was almost made my list. That was really close.
Now, I mean, I'm talking about the Child's Play remake and featuring Mark Hamill, not
Yeah,
the
yeah.
other Child's Play, which is a continuation
Yeah.
of the Child's Play that we've always known.
And here's my dog to tell us
So, yeah.
how cool everything else is.
Yes.
Okay, so my number 4 is Men in Black.
Funny.
Don't tell me where it's at. But
Number 4 for me too.
oh, number 4.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
Okay,
we are kind of anticipating this movie.
Yeah. It's up there. I mean, it's in the top 5.
I mean, obviously, like 2 was a solid and 3 was okay, but this is a completely new set of people.
Yeah.
Maybe it's a good fresh injection of a Will Smith-less Men in Black.
Speaking of Will Smithless, I'm actually going to see Aladdin tonight, so I didn't put it on this list, even though I love the original Aladdin. So I'm really anticipating it, but it's
I like
it's
how you're
tonight.
pivoting our story
Right,
about
go ahead.
this
Sorry.
other stuff. But
Sorry, I just
anyway, Men
talked
in
about
Black
that.
International.
Yeah,
it looks good.
It does look good.
So we'll hope for that. So, okay, so you go for number 3.
Number 3, Yesterday.
Okay, that
Yeah.
does look really interesting.
I know I really
Small story,
Yeah,
but
small
like
story
really
movie.
unique concept.
definitely probably the smallest movie I have on my list, but it's just I don't know. I've loved the Beatles. I've loved the Beatles. The story, just every time I watch the commercial, just makes me laugh. I really want to see this movie, so I'm very
Okay.
high anticipation.
And so mine goes a little bit more on the small scale as well.
Okay.
Mine is Anna. So this is the action movie by Luc Besson.
okay, yeah.
So he makes great movies. I've always been a big fan of his, but he's also really good at action movies. He did Leon the Professional.
I'm trying to remember. Okay, Anna. That's one of like the Russian spy.
Yeah.
type thing. Yeah.
And so
that looks really cool.
Yeah, it looks really intriguing to me. So that's my number 3 spot.
Okay, so we're speeding right around.
I bet we're like probably mine and yours number 2 and 1 are probably really close.
Maybe, but I kind of think my number 1 might surprise you. I don't know.
All right, number 2 for you then.
SpiderMan.
Okay,
Okay, so
so that's number 2.
that's
for you.
my number 2. I like it a lot. I mean, obviously, I'm anticipating. I love Marvel.
Right.
I can't wait to see where this goes in the story. I feel like it's going to be like a kind of a prelude or a little bit to or epilogue maybe to Endgame.
Yeah.
Kind of like finishing out the series or the phase a little bit. So I'm definitely pretty excited about Endgame.
Right.
Or
So, yeah.
Spider-Man. So yeah. That's. I mean, I love the first one. It looks great. I like the characters. Where's your
So
number?
my number 2, and we'll have to talk a little more about
Okay.
Spider-Man coming up, but number 2 for me is Dark Phoenix.
Okay.
So like, and it's mostly because it's now we know it's going to be ending this
Right.
sort of current run of X-Men, and I really I'm anticipating it now because I didn't really like this new set of X-Men in the beginning. Like I didn't really care for First Class that much.
Right.
It didn't come around to me until they did Future Past.
Yeah.
And Future Past was amazing.
And honestly, I know everybody did, and I know it's not the popular thing, but I liked Apocalypse. I did not dislike Apocalypse.
Yeah, I didn't hate it either. I mean, I still kind of liked
I didn't think
First
it was
Class
as good.
better,
Yeah.
but Apocalypse was well
Right.
done. I
Well,
thought.
people love Days of Future Past.
Future
you
Past.
know?
I mean,
Yeah.
Future
Oh,
Past.
that's what you mean. Okay.
I meant Future
Yeah,
Past.
that's what I
So
thought you
Future
said.
Past,
Yeah.
really good, but yeah, I mean, Apocalypse wasn't as bad as I thought it got hit for.
Right.
And Dark Phoenix, I think, of course, now we know the actress
Yeah.
better. She's freed up from Game of Thrones, obviously.
Yeah.
But, you know, she's done really well in the role of Jean Grey. And I'm really interested in seeing where she takes it for Phoenix.
I'm interested. I guess there's parts of me. The reason it didn't make my list, spoiler alert, it didn't make my list. It almost did, but I've heard so many like bad things behind the scenes about it.
Really?
And I really hope it turns out good. But I've heard from multiple sources that have seen it behind things, and it doesn't mean everybody has different movie tastes.
I'm really hoping the best for it. Again, my anticipation is I want to see them finish this kind of strong.
Right, I hope so.
The next time we see X-Men with it going back to Disney,
will be in the Marvel cinematic
probably,
universe.
And you know who knows what's going to happen.
Right, or if they might play around with the Deadpool stuff too.
And it could be. I heard that Deadpool was going to stay on its own.
Yeah, it will. That's what I'm saying. So
right,
they'll
so
keep some X-Men in there, but
hopefully,
like I said, I'm anticipating X-Men. The only thing that kept it off the list is just some of the side stuff I've heard about it, and then also the beginning marketing. I like the new marketing that's been coming out.
Yeah,
the beginning marketing kind of.
I could see that.
All right, so
what's your number one?
You're not gonna like this, but I'm gonna love this. The Lion King.
Oh my goodness.
The Lion King.
It came out a long time ago. Why?
It's
just
a
remake. They take exactly the same thing and just CGI the whole thing.
It's Jon Favreau.
Oh, man.
It was one of my favorite cartoons as a kid, if not my favorite.
All right,
it
fair
just
enough.
looks
It's
incredible.
'cause you dream of killing your father? Is that what it is?
No, I dream of being king.
Oh, that's
I just can't wait. No, I'm just kidding.
That's why he killed his father.
Oh. I'm just kidding.
Anyway, okay.
So,
this is going to be a big
It's a big temple,
movie.
yeah, and I just want to see like it just everything I've seen just looks so gorgeous just on the production side alone. I know I already love the story. You know, Jon Favreau did the Jungle Book, which was awesome little rendition that he did of that. Of course, Iron Man won, and we don't talk about 2. But I mean, anyways, Jon Favreau, I like him as a director and everything I've seen of the production. I love the original story. It just has to be there.
Right, and I mean, so I get it.
Yeah.
Personally, I'm just protesting all live action remakes of Disney because I think it's just lazy at this point.
Yeah, but I mean,
I get it. There's still a lot of work put into. I'm not going to bash anybody because obviously they put a lot of money and effort into these live action movies.
Okay.
I just would like to see more original stories out there.
Can I guess your number one for? I'm just kidding. Go ahead.
No,
Spider-Man.
I mean Spider-Man was the for number one, and mostly for like the opposite reasons of Dark Phoenix because. To me, this Spider-Man's gonna be our first introduction into the new Marvel,
right?
Post Endgame Marvel, like you said, a bit of an epilogue, but I think this is really gonna give the big first toe dip into the waters
of where it's gonna go,
of where we're gonna go see it, and that's what I wanted to see at Endgame. So
I think it's gonna be that bridge.
I want to see where they're gonna go next with this. I want to know: are they gonna go ahead and set us up with that next big arc? Like, who's gonna be the next big villain? Are we gonna get any clues?
Yeah.
Like that's kind of what I want out of this, and so that's why I'm anticipating it more than anything else.
Yeah, I mean, I like Spider-Man a lot.
I mean, Spider-Man as a character is not like my favorite Marvel, but just the fact of where it's landing in the cinematic universe.
Yeah, I think that they look like they've done the characters really good.
Yeah, Mysterio, we finally get to see Mysterio on the big screen,
and you know, as a good guy. And I'm just kidding.
Yeah, right.
But I mean, I think it's kind of cool. I mean, I thought it was a little funny that my name's MJ, you know, or whatever.
Right. They set up
and taken away. It was like Michelle something instead of Mary Jane. But I like that actress who plays Zendaya, or Zendaya's her name. I like her. I think their chemistry looks really good. She's really funny in the movie from everything I've seen in the commercials on that.
Yeah, it just looks like a solid movie.
It definitely does. I'm definitely not hating you for that.
So let's get our honorable mentions. What do you have for an honorable mention?
Okay, so honorable mention, I have one genre specific one that I could. Well, I guess honorable mention for me would be Rocket Man.
That does look good. His
biopic, and then my actual like honorable mention as a, you know, like it's a comedy, a genre specific, is Good Boys. I don't know if you've heard about that.
I've seen the trailer for it. It looks
pretty funny.
Yeah, it looks pretty funny.
It's like on the same vein of like a Superbad and things of that nature. Definitely had some stuff that really came close. I don't know how many honorable mentions we get. Is that it?
I think we'll stick with 2 because I think we're gonna. So I'll do my 2, and they might have some crossover. One of them might have some crossover. The first one is gonna be, I'm gonna throw out the other like bigger horror coming out, which is Annabelle.
Okay.
Like the doll herself. Annabelle movies just don't die.
Right.
They're gonna keep coming out with them.
Dude, if they could keep making for $5 million and making like 50,
they're doing.
Like,
I mean,
printing money
but
over there.
They're solid.
Yeah.
They're solid horror movies. They're solid good scare fests.
No, I just think it's awesome that they learn how to budget.
There's like another one called there's one based on that old school book, Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark. They're doing that. I haven't really seen much on that.
Right? It's Blumhouse.
Yeah. Okay. But there's probably some other good horror movies coming out. I mean, but those tend to be more fall releases.
Okay. And so, what's your other?
My other one is going to be the sci-fi monster Godzilla.
Okay. Thank you. That was
Godzilla. I mean, Godzilla. We have to throw out Godzilla. I mean,
right.
It's such an iconic character. The last Godzilla was mixed. I mean, in general, but for me specifically, of course, I love seeing Godzilla on big screen, but I didn't really buy into the story they did for it. But this story looks a little different.
Right.
They're throwing in pretty much every monster that he ever fought.
Very, very action based. It looks like, because the last one was a little bit of a slow burn.
It was.
You didn't really see him that much until the end.
It took a while to build up, and this one looks like they're jumping right into the monsters, which I think is what people want.
Yeah, obviously you're coming to see a Godzilla movie.
And then there's still that fabled Godzilla versus King Kong that has yet to be set up that everyone talks about might happen.
Right. I don't see how it would, but maybe it will.
Who knows? They've talked about building up their universe of monsters.
I have one more that I'm curious about. I think it'll start something kind of
okay.
I think you'll like this one. I'm not saying it's necessarily super anticipating, but I've heard some extremely good stuff coming out of I guess the festivals and stuff. Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
I was kind of looking at that.
Yeah.
And
I'm just curious about it. I'm not sure if I'm 100% down.
It's
Tarantino.
It's a Tarantino movie, and I'm a big Tarantino fan.
Yeah, I mean, it's Leonardo DiCaprio and Brad Pitt starring.
I obviously will go see it.
Yeah, of course.
But I haven't seen anything about it, so this is early for me for anticipation. But.
Yeah. Like I said, it's Leonardo DiCaprio starring with Brad Pitt, I believe. It's something to do with some murders that went down. I can't think of the big murders that went down in Hollywood. I'm sure it'll come to me and I'll be mad. But something said that there was a 6-minute standing ovation at one of the festivals, which is insane. Yeah. So
and there's another one that had come out that I hadn't seen yet. That was Don Quixote. That was the. Well, I'm gonna kill myself now.
I'm sure in the comments below, y'all let us know.
They're screaming out directors' names at me, and I'm why? Terry Gilliam. Why? I don't know why that stuck in my mind for a second. But anyway, that was one that I missed. That I haven't seen where it's come out. I'm gonna have to find it, dig it up somewhere. But I think. Okay. Yeah. We got these a lot of good small.
Yeah, that's I had to get with the big action ones because I love that's what I think about when I think of summer. So I did want to throw in Yesterday just because I love it. But that's what you think about the big blockbuster.
Yeah, and that's just with Anna for me as well. And that's true. So sounds like we've got about 2 months of solid watching in movie theaters. I got the little
subscription now. Yeah.
So anyway, let us know in the comments what you plan on watching this summer.
Yeah, like and subscribe.
Like and subscribe, and we'll see you later on.
See ya.